Hello there, my fellow folks. Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show. As always, let's get rolling for the first segment, and that would be new interest in anime. So this segment is basically which anime series I got into in between from 2022 to the present day. Also, the ones I've been interested on to explore, especially in the post-COVID era. This series is a beloved franchise as it's been around for almost 25 years, as we meet Ichigo Kurosaki, who obtains the powers of a Soul Reaper. I mean, a substitute Soul Reaper in Bleach. But why am I talking about Bleach? Because, you know why? Bleach is back in 2022 as its final arc, Thousand Year Blood War. It never got adapted after the manga's publication ended in 2016. And finally, we are here. I can share why to continue this massive, ambitious story of Bleach. Bleach is a manga series written and illustrated by TYBW. It was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump magazine from August 2001 to 2016, spanning for over 74 volumes. The series was adapted into an anime series by Studio Period, which aired for over 366 episodes on TV Tokyo from October 2004 to March of 2012. Additionally, it spanned for over 4 feature films: Memories of Nobody, Diamond Dust Revelation, Fade to Black, and Hellverse. And now, on everyone's question is, why is Bleach making a comeback? Well, let me explain of 5 key reasons. One is popularity. Anime has been exploding in global popularity over the past decade. Platforms like Netflix, Crunchyroll, and others have helped bring anime to mainstream audiences, and many shows that was previously cult classics, including Bleach, are now seeing renewed interest. Bleach had a huge fan base, but with the rise of streaming services, there were some more opportunities to reconnect with old fans and introduce the show to the newer ones. My second reason is manga material in between from 2012 to 2016. Although Bleach the anime ended in 2012, but the manga, created by TYBW, had a significant portion of its story still untold. Namely, the Thousand Year Blood War arc, which was left out of the original anime adaptation. The manga continued to be popular even after the anime concluded. And there were a lot of anticipation to see the Thousand Year Blood War arc animated. TYBW, the creator, had always expressed interest in seeing this arc fully animated. So this added a level of fan-driven demand. Now, a third reason is the return and the creator's involvement in the anime adaptation. So TYBW returned to work on the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and his involvement gave fans a confidence that his adaptation would live up to the original material. He even worked closely with the production staff to ensure to meet all the expectations. When the return of Bleach was announced, it generated excitement due to the fact that TYBW himself was involved in making sure the adaptation of this final arc would be done right. Now moving on to number 4, the fourth reason is nostalgic and popular demand. A lot of fans had invested years of their lives following Bleach, and the anime's original conclusion in 2012 felt like an erupted end. After the anime caught up with the manga, it didn't cover the final major story arc, leaving fans feeling like they hadn't seen the full story unfold. With the Thousand Year Blood War arc being one of the most important and impactful sections of the manga, there was a demand for a closure, and the hype surrounding this return grew. Now, the fifth reason is industry change and support with a huge successful standards. Over the years, animation quality in anime has been improved significantly. This gave the creators a chance to bring Bleach back with a higher production values than before. Especially considering the scale of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, fans were excited to see how the fight scenes and character designs will be reinterpreted with modern animation techniques. However, by the end of the day, a major reason for any franchise's return is a success. Bleach still holds immense commercial potential both in Japan and internationally. With the manga's strong sales, the high value of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and a loyal fan base, there were a clear for the studios to invest in bringing the series back. The support from the production companies and streaming platforms allowed for the anime's return. A popular demand came about even before the live action came out. A year later, in 2018, that fans were demanding where is Thousand Year Blood War arc? Why it hasn't adapted yet? But you know why. Animation takes a long time, and production team wanted to ensure they did it justice to do the source material. And they want a fully detailed, high-quality animation and a new scale of the arc required carefully and planning, a dedicated team, and applied time to bring the story to life in a way that would satisfy the expectations of longtime fans wanted. Anyway, what was my interest of this arc and coming back into or starting watching Bleach? Well, I first started watching the series. I think I told the story before, but I'll mention about it now. So I started watching it. I was hooked. However, after watching it, I was left so damn confused, wondering at the end of the final arc of the original conclusion of the anime, when it ended in 2012, but I think I ended at the same year in 2018, where the final arc is. At that time, 2018, the Bleach franchise was on the verge of making a comeback. Driven by the popularity of the mobile game Brave Souls, I played the game as well, and around at the same time, the live-action adaptation was released in Japan, I was really excited about it. I'll share more details about my experience with Bleach from my previous episode of the podcast. I'll link it below. Fast forward to March of 2020. On my birthday, when Weekly Shonen Jump magazine was announced that the Thousand Year Blood War arc was finally getting an adaptation, I was both excited and shocked at the same time, hoping it would release later that year in 2020. But it didn't. But there wasn't many updates around that time because they've been working on it in the pandemic. Then, during Jump Festa celebrating the 20th anniversary of the manga, we received some exciting news that the anime would be debuted in 2022. More updates followed regarding the release, the number of episodes, how long it would run. Here's what we learned. The series would debut in the fall of 2022. And by that time, over 40 episodes had already been aired. It has been confirmed that the entire arc would span for over 52 episodes, with the show airing for 4 core arcs. Seasonal parts from late 2022, and with hopes to finish by late of 2025 or early 2026 as of recording and writing this. At the end of the day, fans what's going to happen next to our favorite characters, hoping for a continuation of their journeys, growth, and the resolution of a long-awaited plot lines. With an unaware of a finale we all been waiting for forever since the manga and the anime ended their runs back in 2012 to 2016, well, it's sad we have to see them go and move on to other franchises, and it's special with Bleach. And I think why Bleach is so special, because fans who've been in love with this franchise since the manga's debut or even the anime's debut. So it's really sad that we have to see that go again, but in anime form for this arc. But it is what it is. We all love Bleach, and we all know what's gonna happen next. Well, who the heck knows what they're cooking up for this final half of the story? So who knows? So that is it with Thousand Year Blood War arc on Bleach. Now let's move on to the next segment of the show, and that would be Topic of the Week. For this topic, it's very unusual. I never talk about this, but what is the greatest anime reboots that have been approved? Well, that means the reboots that took the original anime series and valued them in terms of animation quality, storytelling, and overall impact. These reboots often take a beloved classic and breathe new life into it, making it more accessible to modern audiences while still restraining the charm of the original. Whether it's a visual overhaul, a more refined plot, or a deeper exploration of characters, these reboots have redefined what it means to revisit a classic in the anime world. I have a top 5 and what's been approved over the last 15 years or so. So let's start off in number 5. I want to start off with the list with Ranma half. Let's see why Ranma is improved with the reboot. Well, for starters, the animation quality is a huge step up. Think smoother fight scenes, more flawed character movements, and overall shaper visuals. The character designs are clearer, staying true to the original art style, but with a modern polish. The storytelling feels like redefined with better pacing and a deeper focus on the character arcs, making the whole series more engaging. Plus, the voice acting brings fresh energy, and it's crazy that they bring in the original cast for the Japanese. But with the dub, they took a little spin. I really like how they did it with the spin. And with the modern sensibilities, the reboot might even explore more themes like gender identity that was hinted from the original. And added to that, an updated soundtrack, and you've got a reboot that feels like both familiar and exciting for a new generation of fans. Now for number 4, we're going to move on to a series that came out in the middle of the pandemic, and have to go with Shaman King. Well, for starters, it starts much closer to the manga, which means fans get a faithful adaptation from the original vision, including the manga's ending, which the 2001 version never reached. The animation is also a major update. It's clearer, smoother, and more dynamic, with vibrant visuals that really make the battles pop. The pacing is much better than this time around, without the filler episodes that slow down the series. Plus, the soundtrack got an update, matching up the energy of the show while also giving a fresh take of the entire, the Shaman King franchise. The character designing feels more polished and true to the manga, and the voice casting brings a new level of depth to the characters. All in all, this reboot is a perfect blend of nostalgic for longtime fans, while being a great entry point for newcomers. To number 3, next up to the series that is beloved into a romance genre, as it calls Fruits Basket. It finally gave us a full story, unlike the 2001 version, which only adapted parts of the manga. This reboot covers the entirety of the series, included all the character arcs and the original ending that fans have been craving for. The animation is another big win. It's beautifully updated with more detail, flawlessly pacing, and vibrant colors that brings the emotional moments to life in ways the original couldn't do. The pacing is also more balanced with no rushed or skipped content, allowing the plot and character development to unfold at the right pace. Plus, the voice casting in the 2019 version adds a new layer of emotion, making the characters feel more real and engaging. With its modern animation, faithfully adaptation, and richer storytelling, the 2019 Fruits Basket reboot series is a definite version of the beloved one. Now to number 2, of course everyone fell in love with this show, and I cannot believe it's been like 30 years already by this point, but we have to go with a film series, as it calls Neon Genesis Evangelion as Rebuild. The Rebuild feature films offers a fresh take with stunning state-of-the-art animation that truly elevates the iconic mecha battles and emotional moments. The first 2 films starts with a more faithful retelling of the original, but then the series takes a shaper turn in the later films 4, 3, and 4, offering a bold new directions and deeper explorations of the characters, themes, and alternated storylines, giving fans something new and like never seen before from the original or its endings. The pacing is much tighter and more polished, with the benefit of modern filmmaking techniques. Plus, the sound design and music, especially with a legendary score, are given a chance to shine in high definition, bringing the emotional intensity of Evangelion to a whole new level. And let's not forget the new character development, as we get to see a familiar faces in a new light. Overall, the Rebuild films are reimagined, visual breathtaking, and emotional complex version of Evangelion, with a new take on the universe that satisfies both longtime fans and newcomers alike. Now to number 1, God, do I really have to mention about this? Because I know everybody said this is their favorite, but we're in the last one, but everybody loves to talk about, and that is the reboot of Full Metal Alchemist as Brotherhood. First of all, it's important to note that Brotherhood stays faithfully to the manga. Unlike to the 2003 anime, which digress into entirely different story after a certain point of the story, this means fans finally get a full true adaptation where all the plot threads and character arcs are intended. The animation in Brotherhood is another huge update, more polished, dynamic, and visually impressive. Especially during the intense action scenes, the pacing is also much better, with the story unfolding at a quicker, more engaging pace without any necessarily filler episodes. The characters are given more in-depth, especially with the supporting characters. And the series dives deeper into their personal struggles and growth. Not to toot my horn here, but the updated voice acting and the incredible soundtrack, which captures the emotional weight to the story perfectly. Overall, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is a more solidifying and faithful adaptation that delivers on every front from its storytelling to its animation, making it the definite version for fans of the series who fell in love with from the original series from 2003. Well, that is it for the topic of the week segment on anime reboots had improvement, and that is it for the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and check out more content on the YouTube channel, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Make sure to hit the notification bell. Take care, stay safe, until next time, peace.